When you're starting YouTube from zero, 1,000 subscribers can feel like this huge, faraway number. It almost feels like this wall. Like once you get there, everything changes. So what actually happens when you go from 0 subscribers to 1,000? Do your videos suddenly take off? Does YouTube finally understand what your channel is about? Does it suddenly get easier? I wondered all of those things too. And now that I've crossed that milestone, I can finally answer those questions. And the truth is, some things really do change, but probably not the things that you'd expect. So I want to share what actually changed for me. Not the everything is easy now version, just the honest version. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I started YouTube at 55, sharing my journey of learning technology and encouraging others to take that first step towards something new. I help beginners over 50 start YouTube, use simple AI tools, and build confidence without feeling overwhelmed. And if you're still in that beginning stage, where you maybe have 0 subscribers, 12 or more, I want this video to give you a realistic look at what changes on the way to 1,000, because getting there is exciting. But the biggest change isn't just the number. It's realizing that you're no longer practicing in private. Real people are starting to show up. The first thing that changed is that I started to feel like I actually had an audience. Not a giant audience or thousands of people watching every single video. I mean, there were real people on the other side, people commenting, people coming back, people saying, I needed this, people asking questions and sharing their own fears about starting. And that changes something. Because in the very beginning, it can feel like you're talking to yourself. You spend hours making a video and maybe 6 people watch it. And you start wondering, is anyone even out there? But somewhere along the way, little by little, people start showing up. And when they do, it makes the whole thing feel different. It becomes less about uploading into the void and becomes more like a conversation. You start recognizing names. You start noticing people who comment more than once, and you start understanding what they're struggling with. And that makes creating feel way more meaningful, because now you're not just trying to make content. You're trying to help actual people. That was one of the biggest changes for me. Going from 0 to 1,000 subscribers made me realize this isn't just a channel anymore. This is a small community. The second thing that seemed to change is that YouTube started to understand my channel a little better. And I want to be careful with how I say that, because hitting 1,000 subscribers doesn't mean that every video suddenly takes off, or that YouTube is going to suddenly magically push everything you post. It doesn't mean the hard parts are over, but I do think something happens when you keep talking to the same kind of person about the same kind of problems over and over again. YouTube starts getting more clues. It starts seeing who clicks, who watches, who comments, and who comes back. What topics connect? What videos get ignored? What videos make people stay? And the more consistent you are, the more information YouTube has to work with. That's why having a clear audience matters so much. Not because you need to box yourself in, but because if every video is for a completely different person, YouTube has a harder time understanding who to show your videos to. For me, things started making more sense when I stopped trying to talk to everybody and started talking to beginner creators over 50 who felt overwhelmed. That became the person who wants to start YouTube but feels awkward, the person who's confused by AI, the person who opens YouTube Studio and thinks, what am I even looking at? The person who lived a whole life but still wonders if anyone would listen to them. Once I got clear about that person, my videos started to feel clearer too. And I think YouTube needs that clarity. But more importantly, your viewer needs that clarity. The third thing that changed is that people seem to trust me a little more. And I don't say that in a braggy kind of way. I say that because there's something real about social proof. When you're starting with almost no subscribers, people wonder, does she know what she's talking about? And honestly, I get that. If someone is talking about YouTube and their channel looks brand new, some people are going to question that. That happened to me early on. But here's the part I think matters. You don't have to pretend to be farther along than you are. You can teach from where you are. You can say something like, here's what I'm learning. Here's what worked for me. Here's what didn't. That's different than pretending to be a guru. And I think people can feel the difference. So yes, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, there is a little more credibility. People can see that something is working. But I don't think credibility comes only from the number. I think it comes from showing up honestly and helping people from the stage you're actually in. Another thing that changed is I felt more responsibility to get better. In the beginning, when hardly anyone is watching, you can tell yourself, well, I'm just practicing. And honestly, that's true. The beginning is practice. You're learning how to talk on camera. You're learning how to edit. You're learning how to make thumbnails. You're learning what your audience responds to. But once people start coming back, something shifts. You start thinking, these people are giving me their time. They're trusting me to help them. They're coming back because something here matters to them. And that made me want to improve, not in a perfectionist way, but in a respectful way. If people are showing up, I want to make the video worth their time. So I start thinking more about structure. What is the point of this video? What problem am I solving? What does the viewer need to hear first? Where might they get bored or confused? How can I make this easier for them to follow? That kind of pressure can actually be a good thing because it pushes you to grow, not to impress people, but to serve them better. So when people ask what changes after 1,000 subscribers, I think the honest answer is some things change and some things don't. You still have videos that don't do what you hoped. You still have moments where you wonder if you chose the right title. You still look at YouTube Studio and try to figure out what the numbers are telling you. You still have to keep learning and showing up. But what does change is the feeling. You start to realize there are actual people on the other side of the screen. You start to understand your audience more clearly. You start to see YouTube getting more clues about who your videos are for. You start to feel a little more trusted. And maybe most importantly, you start to take the whole thing more seriously. Not because the number makes you important, but because the people do. And that's the part that I don't want to forget. 1,000 subscribers is exciting. It matters. It's a milestone. And if you're working toward it, I don't want to act like it's not a big deal because it is. But it's not the finish line. It's more like a doorway. It's the point where you start to feel, okay, something is happening here. People are listening. People are coming back. People are finding help in something you made. And that changes the way you create. For me, it made me want to get clearer about who I'm talking to, clearer about what problem I'm solving, clearer about what kind of channel I'm building and how I can make it worth someone's time. So if you're still at the beginning and you're looking at that 1,000 subscriber mark like it's so far away, I want you to remember this. You aren't chasing a number. You're learning how to serve a real person, one video at a time, one comment at a time, one tiny improvement at a time. The quiet videos still count. The awkward ones still count. The videos where you only get a handful of views still count because they're teaching you how to become the creator who can handle the audience when it starts to arrive. So don't wait until you have 1,000 subscribers to take your channel seriously. Take it seriously now, not in a stressful way, not in a perfectionist way, but in a respectful way. Respect the person who might need your video. Respect the experience that you've lived through. Respect the fact that your voice may be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And respect the beginner version of yourself enough to keep going while you're still learning. 1,000 subscribers does change something, but the real change starts before you get there. It starts when you decide to keep showing up even when almost nobody is watching yet. I'm Kathy. I started YouTube at 55. And if you're working toward your first 1,000 subscribers, I hope this reminds you that you're not just building a channel. You're building trust. You're building a skill. You're building confidence. And little by little, you're building a community. So keep going. Your people may already be closer than you think.